Hi! Today we're going to be following this tutorial on multiplexed analysis. Truth be told, I'm not used to working with multiplex images. I'm not even sure I understand them, so a little bit scared about what's going to happen today. But the good thing is, most of the things we've already been through, so it's all about classification and cell detection. Hopefully it will be fine. Let's pop this to my other monitor, open Qupath, and I have here the image that the tutorial recommends. I will leave it in the description as well. Well, a link to it in the description so that you can do it with the same images. I think it's part of this other image, somewhere around here, maybe. But since I don't really know a lot about these images, I'm just going to do what the tutorial says. So okay, let's start with this. Okay, 3 steps. First, detect and measure the cells. Second, create classifiers for each marker, and the third, combine the classifiers and apply them to cells. So, set up the image type. Okay, I've already done that. This is a fluorescent image. So if you double click here, you can change it if you need it, but yes, it's fluorescent, so that's okay. Set up the channel names. Okay, channel names are here. And apparently they're too long to be practical, so it's advised that we change them. How? So to me, it just feels easier to double click and delete this for all of them. But apparently that's not the right way, and the right way should be to create with a script editor or notepad or something to write the name that you want. So for instance, CD8 and then Control C, click the next one, Control V. Okay, or do it all the same. Okay, Control A here, Control C to copy them all, and then Control A here as well, and Control V. And then I change them all. Okay, I don't know if that was easier than just deleting parts of it, but okay, I've changed the channel names. That's the first thing. And it says that, that we've changed the metadata. And that if we double click, we can reset. I don't want to do that. Okay. So these are my channels, and let's show just one. Okay. So each of them is showing different parts of the cells, I guess. Okay, show them all again. We need to make the channel names available as classifications. Okay. So we can do this, and then populate from each channels. Do I keep existing available classes? I guess no. Okay. So you don't keep available classes. Can I go back? Nope. Okay, so if you do that, that's forever. Okay. And once we have this, we can detect and measure cells. Okay. So we just need to do, as we learned previously, the cell detection command. I need to make an annotation first. Or I should at least. Okay, I have an annotation here, and then analyze cell detection. Cell detection. What channel should I use? Duppy? Duppy was the one that looked the most like nuclei, maybe? Yeah. Okay, Duppy then. Did it run? It didn't. Am I supposed to just show in one channel or something? Nope. Then why did it work? Maybe this? Let's see. Yes, probably this. 10? not well. Okay, then. Okay, I think this is right. Yep, looks alright. Okay, cell detection done. Okay, this is where we can see the differences in the channels. Well, okay, I don't know what any of this means. So, if you do, you can find it here and use it. But I am going to just go through to the next step. I know where to find it if I ever need it, but right now, I don't need it. Okay, what's the next step? Step 2. Create a classifier for each marker. The next step involves finding a way to identify whether cells are positive or negative for each marker independently. Okay, 2 options. Threshold or train machine learning. Let's start with the threshold. Classify, object classification. Create a single measurement classifier. All detections, which are cells. Would that change anything? Just one. PDL1. Oh, now I have a histogram. Then what happens if I say cells? It's the same because the detections are all cells. Good. Okay, and then maybe I need to. Okay, let's just show this one. And then channel filter will be helpful. Which option? Okay, PDL1 goes first. We choose which measurement is relevant for the selected channel. No idea. Cytoplasm. Which is it? Cell PDL1 mean is what Pete uses. Okay. Again, I've never worked with these images, so very much take a huge leap of faith here. If you have worked with these images and I'm doing things wrong, please tell me so that I can truly learn. Because right now, I don't really know what I'm doing. And then just adjust the threshold slider. And what is this going to do? Above threshold means PDL1 positive. Okay. But can I see this in any way? No. I can't. Live preview. Forgot about that. Still can't see much, though. Then again, I don't know what I'm supposed to be seeing. Below threshold, unclassified. Was that the problem? That I needed 2 things? Nope. Wait, what is this? 28. 28? Because I'm using a mean. I don't know if I'm supposed to be seeing anything. If I am, I guess someone will tell me at some point. Probably Pete. What if I try a different thing, like CK, cytoplasmic CK mean? Oh, now it has changed. Okay, wait. Let's show CK. Now it makes sense. Why was nothing changing with PDL1? We have another option to make classifiers with machine learning, so I guess I'll leave PDL1 for that and do CK cytoplasm CK mean. Let's show CK. There we go, I think. And now I can save it. Save classifier as CK. Option 2. The first thing we need to do is to create training images. Oh, this is a new thing we haven't done before. We need to do classify training images, create, duplicate, channel training images. You select which ones. Okay, makes sense. Note, it is useful to run cell detection before duplicating the images so the detections match. That's a good point. We have done that, so that's good. Check this. Okay, and it's going to create an image for each of the channels. Okay, it works. Now we can proceed with classify, object classification, but on which image? On the normal one? Classify, object classification, train, object classifier. Why was I supposed to create new images? Because I'm going to make different classifiers. First classifier. Let's do it in a PDL1. And maybe just show PDL1. Classify, object classification, train object classifiers, all detections, random trees, all measurements, selected measurements, selected measurements, select. Okay. Which ones am I supposed to select? What I'm gathering is this tutorial is a bit difficult to follow if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so for PDL1, let's use all of the PDL. Well, not the nucleus one, because it's not even a nucleus. So cell PDL1, cytoplasm PDL1. Let's start with that. And let's include the general. Okay. Apply. Those are the features that I want. Classes. Selected classes. Select. Yes. 2 classes. Training. All annotations. Hi, voiceover Laura here. Since we've already covered annotation and training of classifiers, I've sped this up drastically because I didn't think anyone needed to see me annotate this image for 5 minutes. And now what? Why isn't it updating? But why? Why aren't you updating? I don't understand. What is wrong with PDL1? Well, you know what? If anyone watches the video and knows why this isn't working, please tell me. Tell us all, because I give up on PDL1. I'm gonna save this classifier. Sure, yeah, override it. Why not? And I'm gonna try out with a different one. Let's try with CK. Let's show CK and do the exact same thing and see if it works with this one. Classify object classification and train object classifier. And this has worked. This is giving me a classification. Then what am I supposed to do? This for each of them? Oh god. Okay, this is CK. Sure, override. Hi, voiceover Laura here again. I sped this up while I trained the classifiers for each of the markers because they all worked. I did the exact same thing for each and every one of them, but it did take me around 10 minutes. So if you don't enjoy sped up videos, you can go to 1505 seconds and you'll be alright. Okay, we've done all the classifiers now. So we should go back to our original image, I guess, and combine the classifiers. At this point, the hard work has been done. I hope that's true. You can return to your original image and choose classify, object classification, load. And then, can I select them all? Yes. Okay, so the detections have different colors for each of the different channels. And then this I think is mixed. This is CK and PDL1. This is just CK. This is CD60H, PD1 and PDL1. Cool. Okay, it was hard work, but I guess it was worth it. We can also do view, show channel viewer. Is this helpful? Okay, maybe without the overlay it is useful. What else can we do? Then we can do right click, cells, and then centroids only. Oh! And each one has a different shape and color. Cool. Okay, that was a lot of effort for an image that I'm still not sure I understand. But in the future, if I need to do multiplex image analysis, I know how to do it. Okay, well, I hope you've learned something, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!